Okay, so here is Wednesday's lesson, which is to apply key signatures to the scale. So now what we're going to be doing is, instead of building scales using accidentals, in other words, putting an accidental by every note that needs it, we're going to be using key signatures. The key signatures will be placed after the clef symbol at the beginning of the music, and that will tell us which notes are going to be flat or sharp. So they're giving us a couple of rules to follow here. So if we look here, it says the key signatures indicate the pitches requiring accidentals for an entire music composition. Any accidental in a key signature applies to all the notes it refers to, regardless of what octave they're in, right? So if you see a sharp on an F in a key signature, that means every single ARF, every single F, sorry, every single F is going to be sharp. The top one on the top line, the one on the bottom line, the one on the bottom space, they're all going to be sharp. Every single ARF. You're going to remember that. Yeah, you should remember that. But I want you to look at this. This is giving us an idea here. Joy to the World, written in the key of C major, which does not use any sharps or flats, none. It's going to sound just fine, written like this. So let's listen to it. Okay, so I think you understand what we're doing here. I hope you do anyway. Well, now let's look at Joy to the World written in a different key. It says here, instead of starting on C with that descending scale, look at that. There's the first tetrachord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next tetrachord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start it on E and see what happens, right? We're not going to put anything in the key signature. And the accidentals that belong to the key of E are missing. And I should tell you, there are 4 of them. There's 4 sharps in this key, and they're missing. It's going to sound kind of weird. Let's listen to it. So already, you can tell, that doesn't sound like Joy to the World. We have to put those sharps in because we're not getting the sequence of whole steps and half steps that we would ordinarily get if we apply them the whole, half, whole, half rule. Okay, so here we go. We put the sharps in. Ah, Joy to the World. Arf, 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 arf. Okay, so hopefully you're getting the idea that these accidentals make this work because it completes that sequence of whole steps and half steps. Now, I want to point out that this particular arrangement has all the accidentals written by all the notes. Look at how cumbersome that is, right? Well, we're going to take care of that. We're going to put the accidentals in the key signature. Look at that. Look how they always appear after the clef sign. It's going to sound the same, right? No different. Same stuff. Okay, so hopefully that will give you an edge. The key signature is written before the time signature, always. Take a look at that. There's the time signature. We're going to learn about that in another lesson. In the example above, the E major key signature is written before the 2/4 time signature. Okay, they're just pointing that out for you. Okay, so let's take a look at how these are applied. We're looking at major scales with sharps, okay, and their key signatures. So we're talking about sharp major scales. Now the key of C major has no sharps and flats, okay? The key of G major has 1 sharp. Look at how they're showing you where the sharp is placed, okay? We're looking at the order of sharps and the I cannot talk today, mnemonics. This is just letting you know something that you can remember. The order of sharps, F, C, G, D, A, E, B, and remember I gave you that little acronym, fat cats go down alleys eating bugs if you want it. The order of flats, remember I said this for Monday's lesson, is exactly the opposite, okay? So a common Mnemonic device is the word bead plus greatest common factor. Well, okay, yeah. There's a lot of tricks, folks. Believe me, as long as you can remember the order of sharps and remember the order of flats, you'll be just fine. So here they're showing you the scales with their key signatures. Note something here, that we always follow this pattern. F, C, G. Look at this. F, F, C, F, C, and G. G, D, excuse me, F, C, G, D. Look at that. All of these are giving you what the key signatures look like in their respective locations and for their respective scales. And you can click on play on any one of these. And because the accidentals that are in the key signature are being used, it's going to sound like a major scale. That's because that's creating the necessary sequence of whole steps and half steps. I hope that is clear. All right, so when we look at flat key signatures, it's exactly the same idea. The mnemonics is the same, B-E-A-D-G-C-F, okay, exactly the opposite of the order of sharps. Once again, they're showing you the key of C has no flats or sharps, right? It's all what it is. The key of F, one flat, right? One flat. The key of B flat, two flats. The key of E flat, three flats, and so on. Now, at any time, if you wanted to review the order of flats and sharps, you could go back to Monday's lesson and just take a look at it and have it show you again what the order of flats are. Now you can see it right here, right? If you go down to the one with all the flats, all 7 flats, well, there's the order: B, E, A, D, G, C, and F. So hopefully that is helping you. Okay, so again, looking at this from the standpoint of constructing a major scale is a little bit different, but you're not having to write that quite just yet. We're looking at now the circle of fifths, and that is Friday's lesson. So we'll put that with Friday.